and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. How the heck are you? Fortnite Season X has become a crazy meme world in week 7. If you're new round these parts, every week we meet up and go through all the changes in the world. Some are huge, hulking and obvious, but sometimes there are small updates to keep us on our toes. Using this information, we attempt to build a story theory. And by the way, this week's one is a really good one. If you have the Battle Pass, I think you'll like it. So relax for 10 minutes, use code ADAMARU in the Fortnite shop for a shout out, and let's go through every change in Fortnite Season X, Week 7. This week, the Visitor has been placing down not one, but 2 rift beacons in the wilderness. The first at the frozen town below Polar Peak, and the other is over at Paradise Palms. The problem is though, the Nexus Point is now struggling with this extra workload, and disaster looks imminent. I don't think it can take another beacon, to be honest. But before we discuss that, let's jump into these new areas.
You crazy mother...
Griese Grove is back, baby. Another one of everyone's favourite drop locations we all think back to fondly. But do you notice the differences? Griese has changed. The basketball court, for one, is in a completely different position, and so are many of the houses, suggesting once again that this location is not from our history, it's from another Fortnite dimension. And to compound that more, the original Durburger, which went out of business here, is no more. Wherever this island came from, tacos were all the rage. Could this see the return of the food fight, which ripped us all apart? Which side would you choose, by the way? Oh, and one of the strangest things I've ever seen in Fortnite happens in this new Griese Grove. Tacos fall from the sky and heal us as we dance. You can't write this, it's ridiculous. Perfectly ridiculous. So that means though, we have to say goodbye to Frozen Griese and that lovely ice cube building. Did you ever go inside? The one with the frozen fish and the unreachable chest? Thanks for the memories. But now it's time to make new ones. And by the way, the fish is now on the wall. Dance here for a guaranteed win. It's true. It's damn true. Check the comments if you don't believe me. So over to the other rift zone, Moisty Palms, which sounds all kind of wrong to me. In this area, we can hide as a prop. So strange, isn't it? This means though, we will see YouTube completely filled with meme videos as your favourite YouTubers all hide as toilets. Hilarity ensues. It will also though make us unbelievably nervous when passing through this area, as any second, a toilet could shoot you. Nightmare fuel. Also, you've got to emote when you're in this form, it's absolutely stupid fun. Ever seen a cactus playing a guitar whilst flying on a drone? Now you have. You're welcome. Parts of Moisty Maya have returned too, so have fun running around as a fern. In fact, have you ever seen a fern weightlifting? You have now! Sorry, I'll stop. But here's the best part, which I'm most excited about. The prison has returned. I legit landed here every time in Season 2. What about you? It's still part of Moisty Palms though, so don't ever trust a bottle flipping toilet. Another part of this area of the map is further north. The gas station returns from the first Moisty Maya update back in Season 3. Damn. Anyway, let's move away from meme culture and to other map updates you should be aware of. Some are tiny. For example, do you ever jump off the meteor and attempt to land on the factories unaided? Well, this week, it's possible, meaning the meteor is moving unbelievably slowly closer to Dusty Depot. And whilst we're here on the meteor, have you noticed that the electricity bolts and throbbings are becoming more often and a little more intense? Whatever magic is holding this ball of metal in the sky is beginning to wear off. This big beaut, I'm calling Betty, is inevitably going to hit Dusty, so the Visitor needs to get a move on over there if he doesn't want to get blown up by Betty. So let's move to Dusty. Have you seen it this week? The Visitor is hard at work, but this week it's completely different. Check out this erection. I think he's trying to steal Hutwatch's limelight. What could it be for though? The extruding part is a metal frame used to stabilise something, and judging by the lowered floor inside, whatever it is can fly using thrusters. So we can take this 2 different ways. Either he's making a hybrid mech from all the brute parts he's been scanning for the last fortnight. Hey, I used Fortnite in a Fortnite video. Woo, yay me! Or alternately, which we all expect, he's once again building the rocket from back in Season 4. In one of our theories, we talked about the original rocket being lost in time, and the Visitor needs to make a brand spanking new one to escape the island before the meteor hits us all. In fact, this ties into today's story theory. Can we just take a moment to celebrate the way Dusty has evolved? From a storage shell, to a makeshift base, to a live-in home, to a complex tech room, to a beacon workshop, and now a potential rocket launch pad. Epic Games. You get a lot of stick for what you do, but this part of what you do is phenomenal. Keep it up. So the other thing which will impact the story is the nexus point at Loot Lake, the Orb of Power. Each week the visitor has harnessed more of that power, causing the orb to break further, and now the energy field emitted from the orb looks like it's going to explode sooner or later. Or maybe the power will run out. What do you think will happen here? I'd love to know because I want to include it in next week's story. So let me know your thoughts. Oh, hang on, where are my manners? Let's get the most important thing covered. Hut Watch is still here! I was so certain that Kevin's Island was going to crush it into oblivion, but look, it's still here. Cue the heavenly music. This week, our hut has got wood, a veneer coating. It looks like birch, I think. So technically, our hut is a son of a birch. That sounds like a really good t-shirt design. I'm so proud. So I still believe that Kevin will come back and destroy the hut. So we decided to celebrate Hut Watch with a bottle flip competition. Thanks to those who took part, you guys, you've got skills. We've seen Hut Watch structures built, we've seen triple flips. In Mason's video, he destroys Kevin with a bottle flip. Links below if you want to see some of those videos. But the winner is DJ Daders, who used launch pads to land on the hut and lands a bottle flip first time. I've commented on your video, check it for how to claim your prize. Hut Watch forever! Let's move on to the tiny stupid updates, which make no sense. Have you noticed the TV house at Spawn Island is losing its TV slowly? Well, now Pandora has gone, we can see where they're going. Get your butt over to Westworld and look at the evolution of the TV house. Wow, it's a masterpiece. And pro tip, another guaranteed way to win a match is to sit on the chair here. You think I'm lying, don't you? Check the comments. Another tiny update makes the statue base at Haunted Hills completely unbreakable. I know this is probably nothing, but the last time I didn't point something out like this, the statue became a freaking sword in the live event. Damn, that was a good live event. Okay, so I think that's all the map updates. If you spot something I haven't, please give me a message and I'll make sure it's included next week. Much appreciated, thank you. Now it's time for our story theory. So grab the popcorn. Okay, this week's theory is based around a new world, and it's also based around the Battle Pass and why we are getting characters that we already have, but they're slightly different, of course. Anyway, it's all about combining alternative dimensions. If you're ready, let's do this! We all know by now the story of the original visitor. Arriving inside a meteor before breaking free, searching the island for ways to escape, and finally using a hidden rocket to leave our island. But something happened that night, which we are only just beginning to understand. The multiverse. The visitor has become a Time Lord during his travels. He's Fortnite's answer to Doctor Who crossed with something from Back to the Future. Now, so many seasons later, the visitor has perfected intergalactic time travel and turns back the clock and returns to the island, both in the past and the present. How is that possible? Here's where things are becoming slightly clearer. The visitor creates the rift beacons all around the island, which use the power of the nexus point over at Loot Lake. But this power supply won't last many more uses. It is breaking in front of our eyes. The visitor programs those rift beacons to pull locations from the same Fortnite island, but from hundreds of different dimensions, all with slightly different timelines. In one dimension, Pandora is created due to a lack of policing, resulting in bandits taking over. In another dimension, the husks have infected the entire island. And some islands remained in the past, refusing to evolve. But why is the visitor doing this? The clues are right in front of our eyes, in the Battle Pass. All unlockable skins are already part of our universe. The visitor is finding alternative dimensions to bring together key characters needed to save our world or begin a new world. Once the Nexus explodes, time travel will be stopped and the island will be left in pieces. Knowing this, the visitor brings together 7 characters from 7 different dimensions. But here's something he didn't expect. Each of those characters found themselves. The versions we know from our world, human nature brings people together. Finally, the visitor recruits each pair for the new world, arriving in 3 weeks. The Voyagers are the first to be recruited due to their knowledge of space travel. Next, The first person to ever be brought through a rift is recruited, Drift, and his partner Catalyst. To be prepared for war in this new world, the Black Knight and Ultima Knight join forces to be the colony's protectors due to their tactical skills. The Rust Lords found each other at Junk Junction. Their desire to scavenge, salvage, and collect will be vital skills going forward. The new world also needs creativity, music, and dance, with DJ Yonder finding his alter ego in Yonder Yard, and Technique finding her doppelganger over at the old retail row. Finally, Sparkle Specialist is chosen to lead the group due to her compassion, and once she's matched with her twin, the team is assembled. The Nexus has weeks or maybe days until Cataclysm. It has reached its breaking point. Are our heroes ready for a new world created from multiple dimensions? The live event is imminent. The end of the island draws close. The Visitor's plan is in full motion. So, what do you think to that one? The reason time travel and interdimensional travel is so important is because we are merging together multiple worlds. But let's be honest, we still don't know the direction of the story, so this is just another theory. We've had 6 attempts at this now, and they've all been completely different. So we'll try something different next week too. Give me a shout if you have anything to add to the stories. I'm always reading theories. I love them. Oh, and a quick thank you to those in my Discord for helping me with this theory. I could not have done this without you. I'll make sure the Discord link is in the description if you want to get involved in these kind of things. So there we have it, 7 weeks deep into Season X. It's been a troublesome season, I'm sure you'd agree, but the story is just hotting up. Like usual, here's the Legends roll call for those people who use code ADAMARU in the Fortnite shop and DM me on Twitter with a vid of them buying something new in the shop. Hopefully all you legends can find your names here. Okay, let's call this a day. Please book me in next week and we'll do all this all over again. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. Oh, and if you've got this far in the video, please write sausage dog. I'll try and find you and give you some love. Thanks for your time. See you soon.